So the Muslim threat, it doesn't make any sense. Uh, how can the Muslim threat be 2 or 3 decades, but the Muslim religion is hundreds of years? That doesn't make any sense. If there are millions of Muslims living in America, why isn't it raining bombs? Why even let them in America in the first place? You know. There are millions of people on Facebook, but not a single person updates their status talking about the terrorists, talking about Muslims did this and that. No one makes any comments about that. No one updates their status. No one mentions the terror threat. No one, except for the news. I mean, how is that not suspicious? The only people who have ever talked about it is the media. You don't walk down the street and see a Muslim shooting someone or whatever. And what people don't know about Islam is it's fucking dead. Islam, no one in Western world and Eastern world too. Well, Eastern world is more old-fashioned. Take the Quran word for word. But even the Eastern world is losing. Is becoming, is watering down their religion, and Islam in Western world is basically don't eat pork. Go to your little mosque on Friday because your uncle's gonna be there, then you'll get your social cupcake points. The women wear their scarf. I mean, Islam is pretty much dead. It's just people are pretending to care about it. So they can get their little social cupcake points, but nobody gives a fuck about religion these days. All religion, the same way Christianity has turned into church on Sunday, same thing with Islam. It's fucking dead. Go to the mosque on Friday, don't eat pork, don't drink alcohol, whatever. It's pretty much dead. And no one follows it word for word. One more decade and all religions will completely die, or almost completely die. But yeah, people have the wrong idea about Muslims. Muslims don't give a shit about their religion. It has been watered down. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Even the ones, even the older generation, even them, they follow the watered down modern version of Islam. So even the older generation that came to America a long time ago, even them, they're becoming westernized too, and they're not westernized, modernized. They don't care about their religion. Yeah, so they've talked about the terrorists for 2 or 3 decades before 9/11. And but if they knew they were terrorists, why didn't they go to get them? So a plane had to crash into a building. Okay, now we're gonna go get them, which was an inside job. And to me, it seems like, okay, people believe there was a terror threat, but just to really, really make sure that everyone believes it, and without having any skeptical people, let's just do 9/11. So you have an excuse to go to Iraq. So they wanted to get it in people's heads, these people are terrorists, so they staged this 9/11 attack. And there's even scientific evidence that proves it's staged. Like how, and again, I'll say this, on a psychic level and on an intuitive level, you can know it's an inside job without looking at the facts. But yeah, there are plenty of videos out there that prove it's inside job, and you know, part of the building turned to fucking dust. And you know, no matter how hard you hit a building, it doesn't just turn to dust. You know, parts of the building were turning like straight up like flour, like dust, like they could have did a better cover up, but yeah. You know, they are killing innocent people in Iraq and Afghanistan and other Middle Eastern countries. And opium business in Afghanistan. You know, the Muslim threat, it works. It gets people hyped up, and so they're going to keep using this Islam card. It gets people hyped up now just as much as it did back in 9/11. And they're going to keep using it. They have trained the enemy on U.S. land and claimed they said, oh, we're helping them to fight ISIS. I mean, so this Islam thing, it's not going to stop. It works, and they're going to keep using it, and it's all bullshit. They can do whatever the fuck they want, go to invade any country and just blame it on Islam, and people will eat it up. Yeah, first they said Muslims are terrorists. Then they said brown people are terrorists. And then they called Islam a race when it's really a religion. And then they went to the extreme, and then they said fucking the Las Vegas shooting. They said they said it's a Muslim guy did the shooting, and he did it because of his DNA. Now you see where this is going. Fucking DNA. I mean, that's, you know, they're planning to kill all Middle Eastern people. It cannot mean anything else. It's in his DNA. I mean, they're gonna plan a massive genocide.